Hey everyone, welcome to your gentle physical healing practice. This will be some movement, but everything really mellow, about 20 minutes long, should feel good. As always, just modify how you need, how your body is asking you to. Use any props that you would like. I'm gonna have a bolster on hand for a couple of the postures. You could also use a pillow or a rolled up blanket. And then today we're gonna be gentle, so put on some soft music, maybe light a candle, anything you need to do to let yourself arrive into this space, kind of separating yourself from all the tasks and all the frantic energy from before or after into a nice little bubble of stillness here. And we're gonna get started laying on our backs. Lay all the way down and start to windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Eventually let this roll you all the way onto your right side. Let your left arm extend long to the left. So we're finding a supine twist. And then knees through center. Drop them to the left as your right arm stretches out to the side. Back and forth. Easeful rolling here. You could circle your arm as well. Notice any sensation you're feeling in your body just right off the bat. Start to tune into those little sensitivities, the differences day to day, hour to hour, and let that information be the focus today. One more roll to the right, making as much contact on the mat as you can. And then one more roll to the left. Kind of like we're just swimming through water, but it's on the ground. Feels good. Then roll all the way onto your belly. You might need to scoot your hips over. Let your pelvis sink into the mat, and then your forehead or your cheek can rest onto the back of your hands. Big soft breath into the sides of the waist and the back of the spine. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. One more like that. And then gently rock your pelvis from side to side. So nothing is moving really. Like we're not bending our legs and moving our feet side to side, but just feeling that weight shift from side to side on your hip bones on the mat or your skin on the mat. This might feel good for your low back. Feels like a nice release for me. Couple more rock side to side. Unclench your low back. And as you're ready, prop up onto your elbows, find a Sphinx pose. Palms are planted down. Tops of the feet press into the mat, and then reach your heart forward. Breath in. As you breathe out, drop your right shoulder down towards the center and twist to the left, gazing over your left shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale, left shoulder drops down, twist to the right. Move with your breath, your pace, your intensity, your gentleness. Letting your head and neck become involved, as well as your upper spine and your shoulders. One more twist to the left. Back through center, and one more twist to the right. And grab your bolster if you have it nearby. Push through your palms to lift your belly up. Come into a child's pose with the bolster laying lengthwise in the center of the mat. Your knees are straddling the bolster. Sit your hips to your heels and then chill out here for just over a minute. Close your eyes. Feel supported. Feel like you can soften. Breathe all the way down into your belly, into your pelvic floor. Finding maybe some release in the hips or the back. If you're turned to a side on one cheek, you can switch it out here about halfway through. And if you want to nap here for the rest of the practice, you can stay as long as you need. Otherwise, move your bolster to the side, come into a tabletop, stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. On an inhale, cat-cow, drop your belly, lift your tailbone and your gaze up and pull your heart through your shoulders. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, round through the back body, push the ground away and curl your tailbone down. Inhale, open up softly, slowly into your cow. And exhale, curl into yourself. How can you be gentle here? How can you find movement fluidly, softly, smoothly? 2 more breaths. Good, and then a few moments to explore in your tabletop. So if you want to continue with cat-cow, you can. If you want to shift or create circles or spirals or sways. Each day is a little bit different, so you might not do the same thing that you did yesterday in the same posture. And then as you're ready, sit your hips back to your heels, tuck your toes underneath you. So we're in an active child's pose. Heart is reaching forward, hands are stretching forward. And we'll move through some rolling cat-cow on your inhale. Round forward into your tabletop. Stacking shoulders over wrists. Curl and compress your core. And then on an exhale, untuck your pelvis. Lift your heart up. And then sit your hips back to your heels. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, arch and sit back. Good chance to close your eyes and really feel here. 3 more breaths. On your last one, make sure those toes are tucked. Push through your hands, glide your hips up and back Downward facing dog. Bend your knees as much as you need. Pedal out your feet, walk out your dog. And then inhale, lift up onto your toes. Exhale, drop your heels to the right. Bend both knees, sit your hips back, come up onto your left fingertips. So down dog with a little side stretch. 2 breaths here. Breathe into the left side of your rib cage. Come back through center, up onto your toes, and then heels drop to the right. Bend your knees, sink your hips back, come up onto your right fingertips. Long right side body stretch. Good, come back through center. Walk your hands back to your feet. Find a forward fold Uttanasana at the back of your space. Another chance for your bolster here. I sometimes like to place it just kind of under my chest or rest my forehead onto it and wrap my arms around the front. You could also hold on to opposite elbows, place your hands behind your neck, your head, whatever lets you feel like you can really become heavy and draping through the upper body. Shake your head out. Notice if you're holding any tension in your neck. And then left hand plants onto a block, a bolster, the ground. Bend your left knee and twist your right arm open to the sky. 2 breaths. Exhale, release down, right hand plants, right knee bends. Open your left hand upwards. Breathe into the twist. Exhale, fold. Roll up your spine 1 segment at a time. Come to stand. Stacking shoulders over pelvis. Roll your shoulders back. Meet your body here in standing for just a moment. And then inhale, sweep your arms up and back, upward salute. We're going to take a few rounds of a simple half sun salutation. Just make it gentle, make it mellow and fluid. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, fingertips to shins, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, let it go. Push your feet and roll up your spine. Arms sweep up and overhead in one motion. Riding the whole length of your breath. Exhale, forward fold. Drape your upper body down. And breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana. Crown of the head tugs forward. And breathe out, let it go. 2 more rounds on your own. Maybe close your eyes. Take your time. Finish up. A couple more moments. And then come to a deer sit when you're ready. So sitting your bottom down onto the mat. This is a gentler version of pigeon pose. Drop your knees over to the right. So our right leg is in external rotation, left leg is in internal rotation. Sole of the right foot is hugging along the left thigh. And left heel is hugging in towards left glute. Knees are bent past 90 degrees. And then take a little sway side to side. Or maybe a cat-cow, placing your fingertips in front of you and lifting through the chest, rounding through the spine. Whatever feels gentle and good for you here. You could also walk your hands in a circle. Lots of options. Inhale for a tall spine all together. Exhale, fold for just a few breaths. If you want to bring that bolster in front of you, this is a good spot for it. 3 full breaths. Soften into your hips. Easefully lift back up, and same shape with your legs, but just drop your knees over to the left this time. Find your foundation, and then a little bit of a wiggle or a sway or a shimmy, cat-cow through the upper body. Start to study yourself and the responses you have in your body. And instead of always choosing the most intense version, we can learn how to choose what would most serve us right now and right here. Because sometimes we need different things. We need the push and the pull, the effort and the ease. But let this class be a little bit more about the ease. Inhale for a tall spine. And exhale, fold. Option to have that prop underneath you. 3 breaths. With as little effort as possible. Roll onto your back, final resting pose, Shavasana. And if you have that bolster, place it underneath your knees. Stretch your legs long and your arms down by your sides. Close your eyes down and roll your shoulders underneath your back a little bit. Instead of having this be an obligation, let it be a healing space for you. Feel your breath move into your body, creating a wideness through your belly and the sides of the waist, feeling your back body, your skin tack onto the mat. Tune back into your breath. Place your hands along your belly. And now feel that physical touch and contact, the slight movement, the ebb and flow with your breath.